Hey everybody. This is going to be a little bit of a different type of video. I don't usually plan to do technical analysis or anything like that very often, but this is something I just kind of noticed with Bitcoin's current price and the way the market is moving at the moment. Something really weird seems to be happening, and it seems to be a really rare pattern. I can't find too many other examples of what we're seeing at the very moment um, in the past. It's extremely rare what's happening at the moment. You see this? Um, there's only one other example that I can think of in the last, I don't know how many years, where this sort of a pattern actually played out. And one of the things that's actually kind of interesting about this whole thing is that I drew this line like a long time ago, and sure enough, boom, it seemed to have topped off. Its most recent price action seemed to have topped off and right at that line. But basically, it indicates that Bitcoin is still just posting lower highs ever, consistently, and it has been doing that for a while. However, I don't know, just going off stochastic RSI, and I know I shouldn't be looking too closely at just one, technical indicator, but the stochastic RSI is telling me a pretty weird story at the moment, and I'm wondering if other people can chime in on this because um, at the moment, I understand that it's a bear market, and ultimately, I'm still prepared for things to come down. Um, I'm not convinced that this is going to just keep going up. However, see this right here where it crossed? So you get the cross in the stochastic, and we're like it pinned levels of on the stochastic RSI. We're pinned at like overbought, right? And it's been this way for a while now, like a couple weeks, 3 weeks now. Well, this week's kind of turning out a little bit different. I mean, so we got it did actually cross. I mean, I almost feel like I need to zoom in more in order to be able to really see, but it definitely crossed. Now, in the past, when a cross is usually sort of like a death sentence, like, and it usually when it crosses, it's crossing downward, and it like causes all kinds of mayhem, right? So like, here's a cross right here, and it's like, ugh, cross right here, it's like, ugh, and like it does it here. Like anytime it usually crosses, you get this cross. Something usually pretty like, it ends up coming down pretty hard, right? You get a cross. Seems to be the case pretty much everywhere, right? Anytime you see a cross on the stochastic, you can probably expect some kind of bloodshed, right? Well, we got a cross, but nothing happened. It's been a week, all right? It's about a week right now. I mean, this candle isn't completely finished for this week, but that so we got this cross and it went sideways, right? So let's take a look back at the only other time that ever happened, right? So we get across here, toast, across here, toast, across here, down. Like it sat there for a while, and it was like, whoa, it was getting all the way up there, and then it finally crossed, and it was just like, right, for a while. All right, here we go. Another one, another example. Same thing. See, I mean, this is pretty consistent. Okay, that's what I'm trying to hammer at here. Except for right here. Look, did the same thing that we're seeing right now. This looks pretty much the same as what we're experiencing right now. Now, there's no reason why at this point in time it's any different than any other, but it seems to be. So the last bear market ended here, and we went we went sideways for a pretty long time, and then there was a big dump, and then that boom, okay, and then it was just all up from here, right? So, but even in these particular cases, cross, 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 down, 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 cross, down, cross, down. Like sometimes the cross, if it's fairly bullish, and the strength of it, like the cross will go, the stochastic will dump really hard, but the price action won't really be that high if it's in a more bullish situation, right? But in like right here, So what's going on with this? So basically, you get the cross, and then it doesn't do anything. It goes sideways, and then boom, it just keeps going for a while, and then it just I guess it pumps back up. Let me see how far out. That means so right here was the first time. Yeah, yeah. So this was the first time after the bear market where Bitcoin uh, decided, you know what, fuck the last higher high, and this was the pump right here that said no matter who bought Bitcoin at any point in time up to this point in time, everyone's now officially in the green or break even, right? And this was it. This was the pump during that moment. I remember when this happened. I was like, whoa, yeah, yeah, check this out. Look, that was it. This was a meaningful moment. This was the moment when um, crypto, like Bitcoin basically said everybody's in the green now, unless you sold the low or whatever, right? Unless you sold. If you didn't sell and you bought anywhere, even at the very top, you're either break even, you're officially at break even, or in the green, right? And this is the only other time I've ever seen this before, or I am seeing it right now. Like this is the only time that I can see this actually happening. Um, I mean, there is some examples here, but it seems really shaky to really base anything off of any of this. Like, you got the cross. Yeah, it just seems really weird. Like some weird ass. I don't know. Okay, so within recent years, utilizing stuff that's granular enough for me to actually base some kind of at least rudimentary um, technical analysis right here was the only time this ever happened, which means that there was a strong sentiment. People knew it was about to happen, and they just wanted to pop it off and, sort of pop the cork and drink the champagne, right? Well, this is the only. This looks pretty much the same as that. Now, I don't know. I'm just looking at it, and that's it right there. This is the only other time I've seen a similar situation where this is playing out like this. So, if this plays out the same way, are we going to be looking at a higher high for the first time? And I don't know how many months? It's been more than a year. That's for sure. Bitcoin's always posted consistently lower highs, but this might be the first time Bitcoin actually breaks that pattern. Maybe because it's starting to do that same thing, and I wonder about that. So anyway, I don't know. Hey, what do you guys think? It's kind of interesting. Now I'm still thinking that it's coming down. I mean, the stochastic RSI can't. I it seems to be pretty consistent. Like once it finally does actually take a dump, it takes a pretty good dump, right? But in this particular case, when it dumped here, the price action didn't take you. You were still break even um, around this cross right here. So as soon as you saw this cross, if you the one thing you didn't want to do was short this cross, right? But if you longed it or if you just bought some at around this moment, then even after the dump, you were still in pretty good shape, right? And then after that, it was just more upwards and more upwards. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think we're still in a bear market. I think we're still going to post another one. More lower lows. I'm still expecting that, but I guess everybody is. I mean, I'm retail, right? I'm retail. I don't have any idea what the hell is going to happen next. But all I can say is I'm looking at this. That looks like a cross, and it didn't dump. And it looks like it's playing out that same exact pattern as the first time Bitcoin, in the most recent bull market, actually finally put everybody in the green or break even, no matter where they bought. I don't know. It's just interesting. What do you guys think about this? I mean, I guess there isn't really anything anybody can really say. But there it is. That's that. All right, take it easy.